Jeremy Cato. Welcome to CatoCarGuy.com. Today we're talking pickup trucks, mid-size pickup trucks. Okay, this is me wheeling about in a brand new Ford Ranger pickup. This is the Tremor Edition, which is the baddest ass version of the Ford Ranger with an amazing off-road package. Lifted suspension, tuned Fox 2.0 monotube dampers, tuned front rollover and rear leaf springs, massive 32-inch Continental General Grabber all-terrain tires, and even a 6-switch auxiliary power pack. Huh? What's that? That's to manage accessories including winches, light bars, and air compressors, all the odds and ends that people who are serious about their pickups want to include, especially the off-roader types. This is a crazy beast of a truck. I mean, it's got this huge wide stance, magnetic painted wheels, hoop-style steps, rear recovery hooks, painted grille, hood and body graphics. We're talking about a fantasy pickup for a certain type of mostly young man. But is this the best mid-size truck, the best one you can buy, the Ranger I mean? How do the 7 mid-size pickups sold in Canada stack up head to head? I have an answer for that. And just to get things out of the way, the Ranger is not my favorite, not my #1 pick amongst the mid-size rigs you can buy in Canada today. But Ford is poised to lead in compact pickups. It's a small victory, I know, but we take our wins where we can. You see, Ford's new Maverick is the first compact rig we've had in Canada for a decade and the only compact for sale in the country. And this Maverick pickup is not to be confused with the absolutely horrible Ford Maverick compact car sold in the 1970s. You remember this thing. It was ugly and a poor performer, had lousy reliability, it tended to rust. It was just a terrible, terrible car. The new Maverick pickup, however, has a lot of promise because I really believe there is a marketplace in Canada and the United States for a smallish city pickup for hobby farmers and gardeners and people who like to do stuff at home for themselves but do not want a big rig. Mid-size pickup trucks for sale now. I want to start here with the Nissan Frontier. Have a look. This is the 2020 Nissan Frontier. I do mean old. Yes, that's an old design. Look closely and you'll see the age spots, the gray hair in the arthritic limp. The Frontier, when it left us, was so old, were it ranked here, I'd bury it at number 7 out of 7 mid-size pickups. For 16 years, Nissan sold basically the same Frontier, and it wasn't particularly great when it first went on sale. In the end, it was an embarrassment. Nissan isn't offering a 2021 Frontier, though in an odd twist, the 2020 version got the new V6 engine and 9-speed gearbox, headlining the new 2022 Frontier. What happened? New powertrain in a doddering pickup with a dull pedestrian interior and chassis as old as the pyramids? Well, out with the old and in with the new, the 2022 Nissan Frontier. Yes, there's a new design, thankfully. There's a massive grille, big front fenders, strong shoulders at the rear, and a tall stance. Okay, this is not a groundbreaking design, but it's a huge improvement over the tired and thankfully now retired version of the Frontier. The 3.8-liter V6 has a best-in-class 310 horsepower. The 9-speed automatic is a big improvement too, except, of course, we saw both of these in the 2020 Nissan Frontier. As for all-wheel drive, well, this arrangement is unsophisticated but functional. Nissan no longer needs to make excuses for the interior, thankfully. The materials are A massive step forward, and the design completely functional. There's also a lot of storage space, and the 9-inch colored touchscreen comes with standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's also available Wi-Fi and wireless charging. The roster of safety features is long, and that's good, because the old Frontier had poor safety scores. Let's talk about the Ford Ranger. Now, Ford hasn't completely whiffed with this pickup, but it's not my highest rated truck, not by a long shot. I count 2 strikes against the Ranger. Strike 1, terrible suspension tuning. The ride is choppy, and ride comfort quickly degenerates into something painful and tiresome. Strike 2, the interior design. It's boring. Something out of remedial design class with accountants supervising. I think that's where this interior came from. The seats, at best, so-so. Now the Tremor off-road model, new for 2021, delivers a jolt of excitement. I'll give that to Ford. But you pay dearly for it. The rig I'm driving, $55,000 as tested. On the other hand, towing capacity is outstanding, and the turbocharged 4-cylinder is strong and responsive. That engine, the only Ranger engine, is as fuel efficient as the little diesels in General Motors' GMC Canyon and Chevy Colorado. More on those two to come. The Ford's 10-speed automatic transmission surely helps save fuel. Unfortunately, this Ford engine sounds like a sewing machine as it winds up the power. Okay, Toyota's Tacoma. Toyota has already started churning out 2022 models, which is standard fare Toyota. Keep updating and tweaking an existing model to make it interesting and jolt sales. For 2022, the Tacoma comes with a TRD Pro off-road performance upgrade. That gives it a taller suspension lift. And then there's the 2022 Trail Edition with more suspension lift and a few cosmetic tweaks, like a new grille. The basic appeal here remains the same. Outstanding reliability and best-in-class resale value. The TRD Pro delivers excellent off-road capability, though all Tacomas suffer from mediocre ride comfort on paved roads. The V6 is an okay engine, but it's getting a little long in the tooth. Fuel efficiency is barely acceptable, and performance isn't much better. The Tacoma's towing capacity is nothing to brag about either. Toyota regularly upgrades its interiors to keep them fresh. Lots of safety features here too. Like all Toyotas, the Tacoma is a safe and somewhat uninspired choice. The Jeep Gladiator. Well, the Gladiator is a 4-door Jeep Wrangler with a pickup bed and the macho looks and capabilities of an off-road stud. The Gladiator is a mountain goat with knobby tires. Nothing can really stop it, not as long as the driver has the right skills. And when you take a first look at this thing, well, if you don't have an emotional surge at this design, you should stick to bicycles. Authenticity, the doors come off, the roof too, all so Jeep. But the price! You start at $50,000 plus and climb. That for a pickup whose cabin is a tight squeeze. The climb into and out of the Gladiator is not for the faint of heart and the inflexible. The interior design is a little bit of Firefly meets Jeep Jamboree, in that the knobs and the switches, the dials and such are fully functional and a bit outlandish. With the gas engine, the tow rating is outstanding, not so much with the diesel. Yet in most driving, that gas engine is a weak spot. It's noisy and rough and seems better suited to a minivan. Fuel economy for the gas engine is terrible. This rig is rugged and you'll pay for all its muscle, not to mention the design flourishes and the historical connection. The GMC Canyon. What do I think about the GMC Canyon? Well, it's an odd combination, something I'll call luxuriously rugged. The Canyon's ride quality is best in class and totally shared with the Chevrolet Colorado, the Canyon's fraternal twin. Same for the tight handling. You have 3 engine choices here, including a strong turbo diesel. The off-road model is immensely capable. 31-inch Goodyear Wrangler Duratrac tires, fitted to 17-inch aluminum wheels. Off-road tuned suspension with advanced hill descent control system, 4-wheel drive system with Eaton G80 rear automatic locking differential. And you put it all together and this thing can really handle rugged terrain. Design? The Canyon looks expensive, but even the fancy Denali version doesn't climb into Jeep Gladiator territory. The cabin is modern, handsome, and intuitively designed. Bose sound and wireless charging are available, along with all sorts of techno goodies. The materials are first-rate all around. The Chevrolet Colorado. Now the Colorado has a very affordable entry price, but you can almost double it if you load up with features and options that are on the extras list. Overall, this truck has a handsome design, premium ride manners, and a modern, well-thought-out interior. The ZR2 off-road model is very capable and looks pretty good too. GM has done some really good work with this truck. It handles rough terrain. It drives almost as nicely as a car in the city, and it gets admiring looks. The back seat in the 4-door model is tight, but that's a common complaint with all these midsize pickups. I could live with a Colorado though. It does a lot of things very well. The Honda Ridgeline. For 2021, Honda did a lot of work on the Ridgeline. It shows. The work was smart and has really turned the Ridgeline into something you should pay attention to if you're looking for a midsize pickup. In a nutshell, the Ridgeline is a Honda Pilot with a pickup bed, and that means it's a rig that drives like a unibody car with an independent rear suspension. But it can carry a load and tow a decent-sized trailer. But the best work Honda did was with the design. The Ridgeline looks like a proper truck, not a pretend rig. The design here is bold and powerful and eye-catching. The cabin is refined, with rich materials and excellent build quality. There is no end to the storage creativity, and the infotainment interface is very good. If you're chasing a genuine pickup, you might find the Ridgeline a little bit lacking, and that is the towing abilities are okay, not great. And the Ridgeline is not a serious off-roader. And it's not cheap by any means, with the high range well into the mid-50s and beyond. As an all-around mid-size pickup for work and city chores, the Ridgeline is the best thing going. There you have it, my take on the mid-size pickup trucks for sale now, and in the case of the Nissan Frontier, something for 2022.